Here we go. World Tour Masters about to get underway.
It doesn't get any better than this.
There it is.
What a performance.
This is turning into a high-quality contest. What a turn of events.
Absolutely brilliant 9-ball. He's into the final of the Masters. 16 of the world's best players arrived in Nottingham. The Whirlpool Masters title in their sights. Only 2 have survived. One, the current US Open champion. The other, a star of Europe's Mosconi Cup team. It's Shane Van Boening against Nikos Ekonomopoulos. Final. So it's Nikos Ekonomopoulos against Shane Van Boening for the Party Poker Whirlpool Masters title. Ekonomopoulos knows his opponent well from his exploits in the Mosconi Cup and the US Open.
We played before 2 years in Mosconi Cup. I beat him 5-3. And now we played in semi-final in US Open. I lost 11-4. It's possible to play 1 or 2 shots and finish the match. Maybe one mistake is enough to lose the match. Every match is very, very tough. I must try to concentrate and to play my best.
Van Boening is searching for his first big win away from the States, but knows he faces a tough challenge from Ekonomopoulos.
I played Nikos earlier this year. I went to Greece and I played him a race to 50. I ended up winning like 50-23, but Nikos is a great player. He's a very good 9-ball player, and I'm looking forward to playing him in the finals. I've always wanted to, be in the finals of the Whirlpool Masters. It's one of the toughest tournaments you can play. You got all the best pool players in the world, top 16 in the world, and I'm really honored to play in the finals of the Whirlpool Masters.
These two guys have clearly been breaking the best, especially Nikos. I mean, it just shows how important the break is to success in 9-ball pool.
Yeah, that's right, Ted. Obviously, if you can figure out a system on the break, it gives yourself a good chance. Obviously, we've seen Nikos make the 1 ball in the side consistent. Not so much Shane. I think Nikos has definitely been breaking the best out of everybody in this tournament, but he's still got to knock the balls in the finishes, so it's not all about the break.
But it's just a massive advantage, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you're right there, Ted. Obviously, if you can make balls and you can run racks, it is an advantage, sure.
Well, Shane Van Boening in his semi-final against Chris Melling, when the lag broke off, broke and ran to lead 1-0. And he's looking to do exactly the same here.
Yeah, I remember last year these two, they actually matched up in a big money match in Greece. Shane flew in from America to Nikos's pool room, And they played a race to 50. And Shane won that match very, very convincing. So, you know, even though it was a money game and it was in the pool room, I'm sure Nikos is thinking about that, and so Shane, you know, because them little type of things do have a little, you know, edge on your mindset.
And to reach the title match at the recent US Open, Van Boening beat Ekonomopoulos 11-4.
Yes, Phil, that's another one for the memory bank there for Shane.
This is looking like a very nice start for Shane Van Boening.
Yeah, he's just landed a little bit awkward. He's either going to have to spin this in and play the 8 in the other pocket. Which I think, yeah, that's why he's, well, maybe a bit of movement in the crowd there. A little bit of sharking going on.
Time extension.
Yeah, he's got his extension now. He's just having a little look. Maybe playing the 8-9 combo. Big shot, first rack. And he played into bump it. That was a good option. Played to perfection.
So up and down for the 9 ball. And it'll be an early and quick 1-0 lead for Shane Van Boening. The American looking for his first major international individual title. So much expected of him. He has had massive success in his home country, winning 4 U.S. Opens, 3 in a row. He's the current U.S. Open champion. But every time he's traveled overseas, he's had his issues and struggles.
Well, he's already achieved a personal best in this tournament. The first time he's been involved in the Party Poker World Pool Masters final.
Yeah, it's a good point you made there, Ted. Obviously, we all know how good Shane Van Boening is. And, you know, he's dominated America last 5, 6, 7 years. And, you know, I'm sure he's going to win on foreign soil one day. Maybe this is his time.
Well, he makes the 1 in the side. He's been doing a lot of that over the course of this event. And he's got a shot on the 2.
Mobile phone going off. Not a problem for Shane, though. Suffers from poor hearing, and so consequently, perhaps that wasn't even a distraction at all for him.
Well, sometimes Shane is known to turn off his hearing aids, and you can see when we get a close-up of Shane, he's got hearing aids in both ears, and he just turns them off and plays in blissful silence. There you see.
Yeah, and this is the perfect start. He's kept Nikos in his chair, going about his business in this rack, like we've all seen many times before.
I think Shane's going to milk the clock for all it's worth, just to make sure Nikos gets plenty of chair time.
Shouldn't count chickens just yet, though, because the 6 is close to the 9, and also the 7 ball won't go past the black 8 into the bottom right-hand pocket. So not a formality call.
No, like you just said, Phil, it's well spotted. The 7 only goes in the middle, it doesn't go past the 8. So he's got to come with a bit of magic on this shot. Like Ted the tactician says, the clock's ticking down. This is a little bit short. Yeah, you just see a bit of disgust from Shane there. Want to go up a bit more. He might still have a thin cut on this, but you're never quite sure where the cue ball's going. And it looks like he's running into the 8 also. So you'll have to judge this well. Yeah, he's just made sure he pots the ball. And as this landed, awkward for him. Can he pot this without scratching?
He's not wasting any time.
Yeah, that tells us he... No, he
Oh.
can't. He did rush that one. It did look like it were going close.
You think he should have maybe considered his options there a little more?
Yeah, I think he should have used your trick there, Ted, and, you know, just use the clock. Because, you know, where it landed from the camera angle, it looked like it was close to the in-off, but as you said, he got down very quick, so that made me think, you know, the in-off wasn't on.
Welcome back to the final between Shane Van Boening and Nikos Ekonomopoulos. They've shared the opening 2 racks, but in the third, Ekonomopoulos came up dry on the break. The layout looked good, and Van Boening took advantage to retake the lead.
I've noticed Shane's breaking from the rail in the final. In the semi-final, he was breaking from near centre.
Yeah. I mean, he was having a fair amount of success. Why would he change?
Yeah, I agree, Ted. You know, he was breaking well in that semi-final and making balls. He actually made a 9 ball. And then to change just seems, you know, a little bit odd.
Dry break.
Yeah, a little bit fortunate the 8's come there. I mean, this is one of them instances where when you push out, obviously the 1 ball's near the pocket, so it's quite difficult to push out somewhere. Because you're afraid of leaving an easy pot. I'm just wondering if Nikos is going to push into a jump shot.
Push out.
He's going to push out into a kick shot, I think. Possible jump shot. Shane's very good with a jump cue.
And when it comes to the push-out, it pays to know the strengths and weaknesses of the guy who's playing next.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I've played Neil's many times, and you push out. You don't want to be pushing out into a jump shot against Neil's fire. He fires every one in. Yeah, he says go ahead. In a bit of an arrogant way there, Ted.
Well, why do you think he didn't take that on?
I'm just wondering, he's got a 2-1 lead. Maybe there's a bit of distance, so he's got to land it a little bit too close to the 1. Maybe a bit mind games. Cue balls, you know, it can get away from you on this shot. Yeah, there you see. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And that mind game worked to perfection for Shane Van Boening. Interesting. You mentioned that mind games.
Well, I think in that kind of situation it pays to be logical, play the percentage, and he obviously thought that it was less than 50% from there that Ekonomopoulos was going to pot the ball, and it's a decision that's been well and truly vindicated. Look at this table now. It really should be run from here.
And now as Shane runs these colors off the table, Nick Ekonomopoulos can think more and more about that victory over that Shane had over him in Greece and the victory that Shane had over him in the US Open.
Yeah, it does play a big part, that. Even though you're in the final and, you know, it's a different day, etc. And, you know, you're trying to win a big major tournament. Past results do play a big part.
On the snooker circuit, time and again you hear players deny the fact that a one-sided head-to-head has any kind of influence, but you know it does.
Yeah, I think they're telling a few pork pies there.
It was interesting at a recent tournament, the International Championship in Chengdu. Ronnie O'Sullivan had a wonderful record against Mark Williams, and he lost this particular match, and he said afterwards, all of the talk about the fact I'd dominated him for years got into my head, and I was concerned that I was going to fall victim to the law of averages. So it was reverse psychology there.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I mean, I was in a similar position in this tournament myself against Chris Melling. You know, I've given him a lot of lessons over the years, and I was 13-1 up, and, you know, I'm just protecting that 13-1 lead, and, you know, I lost that match, so I understand what Ronnie's saying.
What Shane Van Boening is saying right now is, I'm the boss.
He's bossing this match. He's 3-1 ahead.
Nick pushed into that position, and that was a great decision as Nick missed the jump and scratched.
Yeah, and there we see he's moved the cue ball back into the same position as the semi-final match. And there you see the 1 ball's disappeared, the 8 ball's disappeared, and he's got a shot on the 2 ball.
Oh.
I mean, I like what he's done there, you know, the break before. A lot of players can be stubborn and you know, just try and stick it out, but, you know, he's spotted that it's not quite worked, and he's gone back to the break that worked in the semi-final, so, you know, he's thinking clearly.
And the smell of $20,000 suddenly makes you pragmatic. Yes, the winner gets $20,000. The runner-up, $10,000. On the current exchange rate, that's around 13,000 UK pounds. First prize, that is.
Yeah, he'll be swinging this one round the table, just like that. And he's going to play a 5-6 combo. Just bending down so he can see through the line of the shot there. Make sure he picks his target right. Fairly simple plan for Shane, this. Oh, and I think that's why he looked down the line. It must have just been just offset, and he's caught it a little bit thick, and he's lost the 5 ball. He won't be happy with that shot.
And with it being so close to the cushion, there's no guarantees he's going to find cover here. Has to catch this quite thin. Well done.
Yeah, nice shot there. Good recovery. But Nikos will be happy he's out of his chair there, because he'd have thought he was going 4-1 down. But he's got a tough kick shot here.
Yeah, he's going to have to come up with something good. He's playing defense here.
Yeah, I think the aim of the shot here is you're trying to go 2 rails, hit the 5 pretty full, and keep the white anywhere around where the 5 is. You could possibly make this in the middle if you hit it good. Oh, there you go. It's a magical shot there from Nikos.
Well, if you were worried that Nikos Ekonomopoulos was going to be out of this match and out of his element, any of those doubts were just erased. What a shot. I mean, Shane was playing very well up until that mistake on the 5 ball. It looked like he might just get a stranglehold on this match.
Time extension.
Yeah, Nikos has kicked that exactly how he wanted, because obviously he couldn't guarantee exactly landing where the cue ball's gone, but where the 9 and the 7 is situated, as long as the 5 ball goes up table, you know, he's got a good chance of a snooker, so, you know, that was well played, that one. And Shane will be trying to make this, don't worry about that. Oh, he's missed it. Long way off.
Just an amazing turn of events. About 2 minutes ago, Shane Van Boening in total control of the match.
Yeah, we're seeing a bit of nerves there from Shane. You know, he knows how important it is to keep the pressure on Nikos. And, you know, you won't enjoy watching Nikos run these out, because he'll feel like he should have been 4-1 up. but instead it's going to be 3-2, and this gives your opponent a lot of confidence.
The shot that set this rack victory up was a barn burner and a tide turner. Ekonomopoulos trails by just a single rack at 3-2.
Welcome back to Nottingham for the final of the World Pool Masters between Shane Van Boening and Nikos Ekonomopoulos. The American ahead by 1.
He's got the 4 ball down. He needs a shot on the 1. He's got it.
Yeah, he's got it. He's been a little bit unlucky where the 2's gone, but he might be able to use the 7 to come down, because the natural angle, if he pots it, the white's going to run into the 7, and maybe with a bit of right hand side, the cue ball comes naturally down table. This is a big shot, this.
We've seen throughout the tournament, throughout the pool year, that when you jack up, it's so easy to lose accuracy.
Time extension.
Yeah, he knows this is a big shot. Even though it's early in the match, he wants to show Shane he's here to play and he's here to win this final. Oh, and there we see it, just hits it wide.
That's very unfortunate. That was an excellent play. He had the position, as you said, Carl. He got it on the 2 ball. Just hit it a little too hard.
Yeah, a little bit softer, Ted, as you said. It might have just fell in that, but it was a little bit wide.
Well, it was a professional effort. But he has left it open for Shane Van Boening.
And what an inviting table now. Look at this. No problems, it would appear.
Yeah, and as you said, Phil, you've said it time and again, whenever a player is jacking up, we've seen it a lot this week, you know, it's causing problems.
Yeah, you know something about that, Carl. You were the beneficiary of a botched jack-up shot.
I hope Team Holland are not watching this, Ted. They'll be out to get you.
Yes, if you're unfamiliar about what we're talking about, it was the deciding rack of the World Cup of Pool final, England against Holland. The Dutch 2 balls away from victory. Niels Fine with the cue ball close to the side cushion. Jacked up, missed the 8. England, Darren Appleton and our co-commentator Carl Boyes here were victorious. 10-9.
Yeah, and the rest is history.
This rack is history. 4-2 now. This will be Shane Van Boening. It's a good effort from Nick Ekonomopoulos, but he was not able to pot that 1 ball.
Yeah, I think in this match it's important Nikos stays with Shane. And if Shane gets 3 or 4 in front, I think he's in a lot of trouble.
Good, sizable crowds, and also they've been behaved in exemplary fashion, haven't they?
Well, they're very knowledgeable, and they cheer the safeties and great shots, and especially when you see him cheer. Oh, the 9 goes down for Shane Van Boening. And just like that, 5-2. That's Shane's second golden 9. Let's see how it again. This is the same way it happened before.
You're right, Ted. The cue ball's come off the side, and I'm not saying he's playing that, don't get me wrong.
Well,
but I know when you're practicing, the way he's breaking, the cue ball can come off the side and track towards the 9, but obviously to flick it in, you know, you need a bit of luck. But as you said, that's 2 he's done now.
Are we looking at a strategy there? That may not be just luck.
Yeah, I think it's more luck, but to be fair, in that break, he did make the 1 ball. So obviously, you know, he did a good break, but he was just fortunate that the cue ball at the 9, and, you know, it went in the pocket.
And from hero to zero, from golden to dry.
But from personal experience, I can tell you, Nikos will have been sat in his chair then, and you know that is a horrible feeling when you see the 9 going on the break, especially at 4-2 down.
Yeah, he needed to make something happen here, and that is not the way to do it. Well, he gets a little lucky.
Yeah, a bit of a concern he missed that by such a long way. I mean, in his last match, he actually made a 1-ball bank shot to win the match and run out the last rack. And, you know, it was a similar shot. He missed that by a long way.
He goes after the 9 again.
Yeah, were you thinking what I was thinking then, Ted?
Is his name destined to be on the trophy, Van Boening? 179 racks completed in the tournament. 2 golden breaks, he's had both of them.
Yeah, you need a bit of luck, but at the same time, you know, he's a class player. He knocks the balls in under pressure. Great shot maker. One of the best breakers the game has ever seen. But I expect him to be in a lot of trouble after this shot from Nikos.
Yes, indeed.
I think he'll go close to this because from that middle diamond to the middle diamond at medium pace, you actually scratch in the middle. He didn't really give me a chance to put my point across there, Ted.
I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, that's turned out nice for Shane, that one.
I mean, what can Nick do with this 1 ball here? Just hit at it.
Maybe he'll try a full length cross bank into the top pocket, and there we see it moving. Just a little bit wide. Fortunate to hit the knuckle and not stay over near the top pocket there, but I expect Shane to come with a good safety shot here. He's got a lot of balls down here. You just see where he's pointing. What he's doing there, Ted, is he's looking at like a track of balls, a line of balls. So he knows if he gets the cue ball down in a certain area, you know, he's got half a chance. And I think that's good.
Oh, yeah.
He's calling the shots, isn't he?
It's a good way to put it, Phil.
I think we're going to see another kick shot here from Nikos. Maybe make this in the side pocket, but he's trying to leave the cue ball over the side rail. He's hit it too thin, and is the cue ball going to scratch? Oh, just stays over the pocket.
But it is on. It's a long one, but the 2 is also open. This is a huge shot right here for this match.
Yeah, you can just sense it, can't you, Ted?
He makes this 1 ball. He could put a stranglehold on this match.
Oh, it wasn't an easy shot. But I think he felt like if he can make that and run out, he's got one hand on the trophy.
Well, we will say this for Shane. Every one of his matches, he's gotten out to a lead like this, and just when you think he's going to waltz right across the finish line, he has a little bit of a lapse in concentration and allows his opponent to crawl back in it. Now, of course, all 3 times here in this Whirlpool Masters, he's managed to escape with victories.
Yeah, and I remember last year's US Open, the one that he won. He was playing Rob Sayers in the first round, and Rob Sayers was 10-8 up, race to 11. And he cut the 9 ball in, and the cue ball went 3 rails and scratched in the same pocket, and Shane won the match and then went on to win the tournament.
Well, in this year's successful US Open run. Early on, Van Boening played Do Hoang Quan from Vietnam, and Quan missed the 8 ball on the verge of winning 11-8, and of course, you know what happened next. Van Boening came back to win 11-10.
Yeah, I was due to play the winner in that match. I wasn't happy, I can assure you.
So you were the next victim.
I was the next victim.
For the record, 11-6.
Yeah, he played great in that match. It was a good match, I can't complain. He run a lot of racks. And it's a big frame for Nikos this now. He's got to make sure he runs the table in. Nice shot there, fires it in to come past for the 5 in the same pocket.
You have to take advantage of every single opportunity, and Shane misses the 1 ball.
Oof.
That was close, huh?
Yeah, he's not cued that one too well at all. He's like, what's happened there is he's pulled out of the shot. He's not delivered the cue because he was trying to play for the 7 in the top pocket, but be straight on the 7 so he can just play a stop shot. And the 6 didn't go in the centre pocket, it went off the jaw, so now he's left himself a thin cut up the rail. I still fancy him for this though, he's very good at this type of shot. Oh no, that is just pressure, that's pressure. He's missed that by a long way.
And I suppose you could say, Carl, having made a mistake of that severity, he's very fortunate where the 2 balls have come to rest.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you know, that 7 going there, we're getting another look at that. He has missed that by a long way. That's not good for Nikos, that.
No, especially he had an open table. And you're playing the great Shane Van Boening. Although he's lucky where the balls ended up, you don't want to give up the table.
No, what Shane's doing here from the middle diamond, he's working out the bank shot for the opposite corner pocket. But obviously you've got to judge pace. Oh, he's fired it in. That's a beautiful shot. A little bit unlucky where it's landed. Nevertheless, great skill and judgment there from SVB. And there you have a look at that. Look at that.
Great stuff.
I think we're going to see another go here. This might be a 2-way shot. What he might do is he might play a bank shot and play for the 9 ball in the top pocket. He's tried to play safe. A strange option that. I thought he'd play for the bank and then shot the 9 up table. Unless that's what he's played, just maybe a slight misjudgment there.
How tough is this shot?
Well, after the miss you've just done, you don't want this shot. But it's funny, Ted, you know, sometimes you miss an easy shot and then your next shot you're left with a difficult one and you just stroke it in like it's over the pocket. This is a must-make shot for me. This is... Yeah, he's not cueing well. You can just see he's a bit edgy.
Yeah, he's in a bad way right now.
Everything there was conspiring against him. The past history in the frame, the fact that the cueing was awkward, the fact that the beeps on the time clock were going.
Wow, this is getting out of control for Nikos quickly.
Yeah, we've got a 6-2 scoreline after this 9 ball from Shane. And it's not looking good for Nikos for his first major tournament.
Shane Van Boening 2 racks away from being crowned Party Poker World Pool Masters champion.
Welcome back to the final of the World Pool Masters. It's Shane Van Boening against Nikos Ekonomopoulos. The American is just 2 away from taking the title.
Shane Van Boening has had quite a lot more success on the big stage than Nick Ekonomopoulos.
I remember before I won the World 8-Ball Championships, you know, you're just desperate to win the tournament just so you've, not because you want to be world champion, but more so you've done it then, your name's on the trophy, you know, that never gets taken away from you, and if you ever put in that situation again, you feel like you can handle it. So, you know, this is a big match for Nikos.
Yeah, and it's a big opportunity for him to further his career. He got a benefit of a dry break.
Oh, that was a beautiful shot. He's really attacked at that one. That was not an easy shot. That's a confidence builder right there. I mean, look at this for a shot.
Spartacus trying to make something happen.
Yeah, he's got to come with another few good shots here, though, because as you can see, the 5-ball is tied up, and where the 4-ball is, it's not easy to get from the 4 to the 5.
This is the shot right here.
And where the cue ball has landed, I think he has to be mindful, stretching over the table, not to make contact with the 3 balls down here.
Yeah, he's just coming over the side of the table to see where he wants to land, because if he comes too low, then the cue ball's running into the 9 and sort of away from the 7. So, you know, this one has to be perfect. And 6-2 down, it's 50 times harder.
Brendan Moore, very experienced Q Sports referee, in perfect position to make sure that the T-shirt of Ekonomopoulos doesn't illegally contact any of those balls.
Yeah, you can just see him bending down. His shirt must be very close. Yeah, he's tried to come on the other side of the table. Needs a good flick here. No. Now he's going to have to come with a fantastic positional shot, or is he going to lock him up behind the 9-ball?
Wow, he is faced with some decisions now. This is critical stuff.
Looks like he's attacking, guys. I don't blame him. You got to make something happen. Oh.
Come on.
I'm sorry, I thought he'd missed that. I'm shocked that one went in.
Oh, and he was unfortunate to hit the knuckle there of the side pocket. Now he's got his extender on. Carl, what do you choose here?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's one of them situations. Do you fire at a bank and swing the cue ball around, or do you just split the balls and play safe? I don't blame him for that. He's quite good at that shot, to be fair.
Always going to be the crunch ball. Getting position off that 5, and he just couldn't quite do it.
I think he might have just left the edge here. If he's left the edge, he's going to chip this up towards the 8. Yeah, there you see it. Just leave distance. Lovely pace there from Shane. Nikos might have to fire at a bank here, unless he can chip it thin into the 8 and send the cue ball back around the table. So be careful you don't make the 8 here and leave the 7 on the top rail. Or is it way too fat? He's tried to play safe there. That is a terrible shot. And that, I think, is the end of Nikos's World Pool Masters final.
Well, unless he pulls off a miracle comeback Shane has allowed a few comebacks in all 3 of his matches. So we're not going to pencil in the final rack just yet.
He played a nice shot there, to be fair. I thought he was a lot straighter than what he was. Played like a stun run through the left-hand side. Absolutely perfect.
In 2005, Raj Hundal came back from nowhere to beat Rodney Morris 8-7 in the World Masters final when it was held in Doncaster. Ekonomopoulos needs something equally astounding. And the reason? He trails by 7 racks to 2. One more for Van Boening, and he will be crowned champion.
What a win for this would be for Shane Van Boening, and who knows, it could open up the floodgates for even bigger things such as the World Championship.
Reasonable break, 1 ball in the open.
So if he gets past this 1 ball, that could be it.
Yeah, he'll fire at this one. You'll see some action with the cue ball there. 7-2 up. He knows he can fire this one in, try and juice the cue ball up. There you see, look at this. Oh, and that is a generous nudge.
What a way to set out the beginning of the end.
Yeah, that was a great pot, that.
You can only compare like with like. Since this tournament went to a race to 8, best of 15 in the final. That was in 2003. Since then, the most one-sided final we've had, 2010 in Las Vegas at the Riviera Hotel and Casino, when Denis Okolo defeated Toru Korobayashi from Japan 8-3. Could we be seeing a new record set?
He's still got to come in another good shot here, and this is a beautiful shot he's played there.
Wow, he's feeling it now.
Just run on a little bit though. He'd have liked that to have held up another cue ball. Another look at this. Look at the cue ball there, spinning back. Right hand side, taking to effect off the cushion, right up for the 4 ball. Yeah, he's playing for the 6 in the side.
Well, he's feeling untouchable right now. There's not going to be any lapse in concentration anymore.
Yeah, he knows this is practically match ball, cueing over the 7. Heart of the pocket.
Anyone who knows anything about pool has been saying it's only a matter of time before Shane Van Boening translates his American form onto the international stage and becomes a major champion. He's just about to do it.
Well, that'll be the end of that chatter on the internet. Can he ever win overseas?
Yeah, he's got to come in another shot here though. He's landed a bit straight on the 8. No, he had enough angle. He milked that one.
This 9 ball to win the Party Poker World Pool Masters Championship.
It was a valiant effort by Nikos Ekonomopoulos. He broke beautifully throughout the tournament, but in the end, he had to play second fiddle to a man who played like a symphony orchestra. Shane Van Boening beats Nikos Ekonomopoulos 8-2. He is the Party Poker World Pool Masters Champion of 2014.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, he is the winner of $20,000 and the title of Party Poker World Pool Masters Champion of 2014. Here is Shane Van Boening!
It means a lot to me, especially when you win the World Championship like this, and, you know, with all the greatest pool players in the world. It's a great honor to be the champion of the World Pool Masters. I've been playing good in the last 6 months, especially at the U.S. Open and here as well. So, you know, a lot of fortunate rolls for me. So whenever I have a shot, I take it down. I only made maybe a couple mistakes and in the last couple days. So it's just working out pretty well.
I missed the 1 ball for 3-3, so the score goes 4-2, and after the 9 ball in the break, 5-2. After he played perfect, I made also some mistakes. It was not so good match. I lost.
I think I might be in his head a little bit. You know, I don't think he's comfortable of, playing me because I have been playing him all year. So, and he hadn't beaten me once yet. So eventually he will beat me. So I mean, he's a great player.
Finally, Van Boening breaks his luck when it comes to winning outside of the United States. It's his first major title on an international stage as he takes the Party Poker World Pool Masters title.